dragon of jul.
Christmas.
And the dragon of the forest. And the dragon of winter. Oh. And the dragon of sun.
The sun. Får du pusta en och skjuta?
Jeg vil se under alle dragene sitt. Se sitt. Så vi ser under alle. Sånn ser det ut, sånn ser det ut, sånn ser det ut. Så du må vise fortsatt.
Ja, vi ser herfra.
The woman and the man of Christmas. And the woman of the forest. And the man of winter. And then the two months of fire and the sun.
There we go. And then we're gonna organize it. And reasons for being. Stages of life.
Oj, den var bouncy till sen och tid.
Ja. Reasons for being, knowledge, wisdom, healing, love, union, destiny. And then influences, journey, thought, emotions, desire, perception, intuition, integrity, faith.
Do you guys see this in the video?
Jag har bara tagit den igen. Kan du gå av med?
Jag sa det till.
Visst. Ah, it's so beautiful.
So beautiful.
Okay. So,
Okay.
we're on episode 3.
Hi, episode 3.
Of going through the beautiful dreams of Gaia deck.
Whoa.
Okay, so we've looked at these cards.
Winter insight.
We've looked at the choice card.
Winter insight.
And and like, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but Odonata, let me know if I'm pronouncing your name right. At least your YouTube name. I don't know. Andrea was pointing out how in the choice card we have 3 gates with eyes on top. One eye.
Let me ask you.
Let me tell you about it. Tell me about it. Oh, not so loud. One eye that's wide open. One eye that's wide open. One eye that's shut. And then one eye that's halfway open. Lord, I guess to keep on moving. Okay. So we're just all gonna take a big, beautiful breath of patience. At least I am. Okay. Ow! That actually really hurt. What did you do that for? No, you pinched me and it hurt me. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, she's so cute. She tried to do a dramatic exit, but the door wouldn't close properly shut. Or maybe she didn't. I don't know. Okay, so I think your name is Odonata. Odonata. Okay. Yeah, so like Odonata was pointing out with the first card, the choice card, there are 3 eyes with half open, wide open, and then shut. And there's actually I don't know if you have the deck yourself, but there's a difference that I remember noticing in like the last cards. You can see here that there's eyes that are open up top here, and then some eyes are different. Some eyes look more human-ish, like this one. And then some eyes look less human, like this one, water element. Actually, fire is the only one that has more human type eyes. Look at the earth element. Has the human type eyes, but it's not very, with the colors, it doesn't look very human, but the shape is more human than the water one. And then the air is just completely spaced out, which is suitable. So we looked through knowledge last time and the reasons for being. So let's look at the next one is wisdom. And for me, it makes sense that when you balance knowledge and wisdom, knowledge has more of a seeking energy and it's like looking through, like there's a lot of stuff here to look at to gain knowledge through. And wisdom is more of an internal process, the way I see it. And there's less stuff here. It's more simple. And he's going to move into, it's like he's going to move into this cave. And he has this light. And it's like it's almost like the knowledge is the light, kind of. And then he can move through, like it's when he moves with the knowledge that he gains the wisdom, I believe. When you actually put the knowledge into practice, that's when you gain wisdom, that's when you gain experience. And also the fact that here he has like a cloak, textile cloak, and here he has this bear type cloak. Again, there's experience is what I get very strongly with this card. Like he's met a bear and survived, like he's conquered came to mind, which can be very aggressive, but I guess also like conquering the fear of moving into something new, conquering the being able to move out of what has been familiar to learn something new, to experience something new, to gain wisdom, move outside of what has been familiar. And again, it's also this feminine type energy, kind of like a yoni. Again, more that internal process, moving within. And then he has a staff, and there's a mushroom here, down here. And the staff, the youth was also the one that had the staff over here. I just want to see if I get something else off of the staff. This is reasons for being. I feel like reading the reasons for being part. I might have already done it in the last episode, but there are 8 reasons for being: knowledge, wisdom, healing, love, union, self, abundance, and destiny. We are here to seek, to feel, to grow, and to heal. Our primary reason for being is to experience life, both the good and the bad, but we are also here to learn and gain knowledge, to grow wise, to experience love in all its forms, and to find healing and unity. We are here to find our true self, to create abundance, and to fulfill our personal and chosen destiny. Yeah, wisdom also for me connotes, something like that, talks about the knowledge, the wisdom, the awareness that can't be gained externally. Like in the same way with knowledge, you can learn, you can study things outside of you to gain knowledge. And wisdom is more, again, I keep saying internal. It's like there are some things that you can't really learn by looking outside. It's more the process that goes on within you that you get through experience again, and like when you have something to reflect on. And wisdom is secure. Because there's like a balance here of like different earthy states of beings, like wood and then stone and mountain. Mountains and stones are more secure, right? They're more set in place. And for me, wisdom is secure, it's more set in place. It's knowledge can kind of come and go. Like, okay, I know about this and then I learn something else. Okay, that which I knew before, I've matured through it and now I know even more, but from a different perspective, right? But wisdom is more like she writes, you grow wise, like it grows. Knowledge also grows, but knowledge, I feel like you can know something about something and then you get to a point where it's not relevant anymore and you can let it go. And I don't have that same with wisdom. Wisdom feels more lasting. Knowledge is lasting as well, though. Okay, I'm gonna put them all out here as we go through them, and I might jump back and forth between things. I just have to fill up some water in my aromatherapy situation. Okay, so the next one is, and wisdom is number 10, and knowledge is number 9 of the cards. But knowledge will be 10 outside of the what has been numbered is the 10th card, but number 9. And wisdom is the 10th card, but number 11. And again, wisdom for me has this reflection, like there's something that you're reflecting on. There's the perception, the perceived experience, and then the actual experience. Sometimes what you perceive you're about to experience is different from what you actually experience. I think often it is like that. And I think that's part of the beauty, the mystery. It's more fun that way, I think. And then number 11, the 12th card, healing. There's a lot going on here. So in terms of the scenery, the environment, this space is quite open. And his cloak is very beautiful, purple, light lilac. Similar to the child, the color of what's in the child card. Lots of tools. And this comes after, right? Knowledge, wisdom, healing. Yeah, because it's like when you move into that dark space, into that inner space, through the reflection, on the other side of the fear, on the other side of your zone of familiarity, there is an awareness that is gained, right? The wisdom that you learn about your experience or about yourself, that is healing, that is reminding you and us of how interconnected everything is and of how safe we really are in the grand scheme of things. There's more of a playfulness with this card for me as well, because of his braid. It's like he's putting things into action in a playful way, in a way that feels safe, that feels like bringing things together. When you do healing, right, it's like you bring things together. You get some of these herbs or maybe some of these chemicals and create some kind of medicine to heal a specific part. Like there's knowledge in there, there's experience. And you're open to test and try and play and figure it out. Okay, next one we got, yeah, openness. I like the open playing thing, looking at the environment of the cards. Next we have 12, which is love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. It's easy. Bom, 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 bom. All you need is love. Bom, bom. Okay. I feel like with this love card, if you look at her environment, it's very much space, ethereal. There are the symbol that has usually been like in stones and stuff, in the wood. You can see there's a symbol here in the stone, very material. And here it's present, but it's immaterial. And that's kind of how I feel about love as well. Like it's immaterial, it's very set in its own way with the symbolism. I feel like it has a specific, it is what it is, but then it's also open for interpretation. People have different opinions, perspectives of what love is. And I mentioned this, I think I shared this in a video not long ago on YouTube, where I talked about how unconditional love is so present, is such a natural fiber of what everything is. Like air, the air that we breathe around us, we don't see it. Kind of like unconditional love, unless you're intentionally looking to see it in the way that you're able to see it. So for example, by wind blowing through the bushes. I feel like I shared this in a video on YouTube. I know I recorded it, but it could have been on Patreon or YouTube. And it's kind of like the fish in the water as well. Do they see the water in the same way that we do it? Because we don't live in water all the time, but we can see when we look at it. But when you're in it, are you able to see it? Wow, that whole thing of love makes you blind. Wow, that's funny. Yeah. And I love that this love card has an image of one being. Like having that self-love is so important before you even start thinking about other people, I feel. And I really believe in your ability, your capacity to love yourself influences your capacity of loving someone else as well. And this one, it feels open, and at the same time it's very like she's holding her hands on herself. So it's not this like love that has no boundaries because she's holding. So it's like she knows herself, she holds space for herself. I love the crescent moon there, the butterflies, transformation, the flower. It's not really like a lily or anything. I don't know what kind of flower that is. It's beautiful. It's like she's dressed in love, and then it's also like it's the fabric of everything that is, everything that she is, with how it continues. Beautiful. Union. is number 13. There's a lot going on here as well. And here you can see that there's an eye up top with the eyes completely open. And there's a stream of something flowing. It doesn't look like water. It looks more like what you can see in the scribe card, which is one of my favorite cards. I'll show it to you shortly just so you can see what I'm talking about. This one. See how this card has this very Ptah energy, if you're familiar with Kemetic. What's it called? Kemetic mysticism? I don't know. Here you can see the eyes closed. But what looks like is coming from the eye here looks like this ethereal fabric with some inscriptions on it. It's beautiful. And I feel like this is very showing the presence of your true self and how you're connected with everything, like the birds in the sky, the wolves on the ground, even the stones, the trees, the plants, yourself, the different aspects of self, the part that is more assertive and can get really angry, and the part that is very calm, cool, and collected and holds space for others, is patient, and the part that is passionate and wild and loves to be itself, and the part that is shy and a little bit scared at times. And all of these aspects of self coming to union with the self. There's a surrendering, there's an embrace of self, an embrace of all that is, and a presence, a calmness, and it's very transformative, and it's very potent and very vulnerable at the same time. Very I'm loving this analogy of how air is so powerful that it literally breathes life into us and everything that exists that uses oxygen. I think everything uses oxygen, right? And at the same time, it's so gentle that you don't really touch it. Like, you can feel through movement, but it's not something that is powerful in the way of like, you know what I mean? Doing my best to explain. Yeah, it's so beautiful. Again, that union with self, and then through that union with yourself, when you meet someone else and they're united with themselves as well, it's such a beautiful interaction. It's cosmic. It's eternal. It's beautiful. I loves it. This card is also for me speaking about, if you look at her hands, how there's something like coming from her hands. There's this, it's been a theme today actually, how we create our reality, our ability to create our reality. And here, that's very interesting actually. Okay, I'll show it later, but here the hands are on her, right? And here the hands are going out. So there's, again, for me, this energy of what you give for yourself, you're able to give to others. And at the healing card, you don't see his hands. Okay, I can see it now. Oh, he has tattoos. That's cool. You can barely see it there. Amazing. Okay, next reason for being is self. So you've moved through knowledge, wisdom, healing, love, union, and you're present with self, with yourself. Interesting. Got some roses, the 3 doves, 2 dragons. I feel like I've said this before. I got real deja vu. And again, I want to connect with the roses from the child that they haven't materialized yet. They haven't gotten manifested in the material yet. And here they're in the physical, but they're ethereal. They're interesting. Because I don't think blue roses exist, like natural blue roses. And yet here they are. Wow, this card speaks very much to where I am right now in my journey, where I'm creating this book of sorceress, which I absolutely love the name. I'm creating, I think this is the design I want to make for my journal. And I'm calling it Book of Sorceress because it feels sovereign, and it reminds me of my presence, my connection with Source, and also calling it Book of Sorceress feels united. There's like a unity of the presence within all being that is one with Source, and that is able to influence themselves and their reality that is true to them, right? That is this, and then moving into reality with this, kind of practicing that into the world. Like, you have the awareness first, and then you bring it into physical form through practice. Wow, I've been wondering. I've been like, how am I gonna do this? And that is so simple. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for commenting and for liking and for showing love when you love a video, because that motivates me, inspires me even more to share more, and then I learn so much through these videos. I love it. And then also, actually, on the top here, there's more that connects this card with the child. You see the ethereal symbology behind there. Here is inform. That's interesting. Here it's, yeah, right. It's that code within us all, like the DNA, your true self, and how it's like, at this point, it's come to full form within the being, within the self. Wow, interesting. It's so fun to play with, like, how people, or Raven, it's Raven Felon, who's created this, these cards in this book. And it's so interesting to see how you can relate with other people's relation with creation and all that is. Next, we have number 15. Let me just make sure that I'm following the right order here. Yes. Abundance, which, just take it all in, is so beautiful. I love dragons. And crystals and animals and fruits and rainbows and being. Okay, so there's so much here. When you connect with with yourself, and maybe you've been in that meditation, I've talked about this with one being before who actually had the same experience as me, where you get to this point when you are one with Source, and there's a loneliness in that. And for me, the beauty of the abundance card coming after this is that even in the self card, there is still presences here beyond the self. And with the abundance card, if you look closely, there's some baby birds in the nest there. And then there's a woman that is holding them and looking at them. And behind her, there's a dragon that's looking at her and the baby birds. And then on the shoulder of the dragon, there's a butterfly that perhaps is looking at the dragon, or who knows. And there's this awareness of, for there to be a presence within something, for there to be a self, there has to be something that the self exists within. So there's always, you're never alone. And when I heard that before, I was like, you just don't know. And now I see, like, you're actually never alone. Like, I don't think it's possible. That's where I am now, at least with my awareness, and I love it. Feels good. Okay, last of these cards for today is Destiny, number 16. I feel like this speaks to what you choose to do before you even move into form, before you become who you are today. It's like the passion, the fire, the energy that accumulates, that has desires for different knowledge, wisdom, healing, love, union, self, abundance, the energy that chooses, and that it's not materializing, it's not so beautiful. So beautiful. It's like this portal choosing to move into life, into form. And it's like I'm getting how it's almost like the different desires, the different the different desires that creates the energy, the momentum that then creates and forms the being that you are today. Like the being that existed in even your parents, even before the two of them met to create you. Destiny. That's what I have to say about destiny for today. Okay, I feel better. I was feeling a little bit like tense, but I'm feeling better. So let's continue. I feel like continuing to journey. So now we've moved through the reasons. Actually, we've moved through the choice card, the stages of life. If you haven't seen those videos, I'll have them linked in a playlist that's called Study of the Tarot, and this is the deck that I'm studying right now. I also have the Mary L that I'm really excited to get to, and then I might change the name to Study of, or maybe no, we'll keep it Tarot, and then I'll have another one with the oracles. Maybe we'll see. I don't know. Let me know what you prefer, and we'll see if it resonates. So yeah, stages of life, and then reasons for being. And then there are the influences. So while it is true that the events we are experiencing now and our reasons for being can and do influence our ability to see opportunities and make choices, there are another 8 key elements that play a defining role in influencing us for the better or worse. These are journey, our life experiences to this moment, thoughts, emotions, desire, perception, the way we perceive our reality, intuition, integrity, and faith. So as I was counting the different parts, like the choice card, the stages of life, the reasons for being, the influences, fire, water, earth, air, it also equates to 8. So I'd be excited to hear her if it was a conscious choice, and how the creator perceives the number 8. So journey is number 17. And if you put 1 and 7 together, that'll be 8. The infinity sign. Yeah, there's even the infinity sign on his cloak there. Number 18, thoughts. There's a lot of focus on balance in this deck. At least the way I'm perceiving it. That's so beautiful, standing on top of this like rootage situation. Emotions, number 19. Desire, number 20. Wow, that actually looks like a starry night sky. It looked like it was twinkling. Perception, standing on a branch. And there you can see there's an eye there. Intuition. Wow, okay. So I remember I was speaking about how there was like symbolisms and immaterial and material and like the codes of the self and stuff like that. So I'm seeing these knots resonating, and they look alike as the knots that was behind the self card and on the child card. Can you see them up there around her? And I'm seeing that she's sitting on top of, so it's again sitting on top of herself. Sitting with awareness of herself, but again, not letting that be all that there is. There's an awareness here of how everything has its own code, its own sequence, and being open to interpret, being open to see, being open to to observe, really, is what I'm getting from this intuition. And there's also an awareness of how things go together. You see the spider with the spider web, how things meet and connect, and there's a network of creation, network of beings, network of awarenesses, states of beings, possibilities. Intuition don't lie. Number 23, integrity. There's nudity in this card just so that you are prepared. Integrity. Wow, I've never noticed that there's grass or moss. It looks more like grass though, growing in flowers, growing on the actual branch. There's an apple there. Stream. For some reason, I'm seeing that this exists underneath the choice card because of the stream of water and the stone in the background here. I'm imagining that she sits on something that exists underneath here and she chose a path that wasn't visible, chose a path that wasn't presented to her. It's like she created her own path. And with the peacock feathers from the antlers, it's like sitting in assurance with that, sitting in confidence with her choice, being naked, being true to herself. And all her parts. And then the last card of what is referred to as the major arcana is number 24, faith. Faith, trust, love. Love can move mountains. Bum, 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 bum. Down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. That love that is strong enough, we can get through the night. We can get through the night. Love will find a way. With a little faith, just a little trust, do you believe in? Love can move mountains, believe in your heart and feel it in your soul. So, yeah, it's like a continuation of the integrity card, is moving forwards with faith in yourself, in the universe, in what surrounds you, and that every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning. So I know I didn't talk about all the cards in here. Feel free to share your perspectives, and we can go through them again if you want to. I just kind of was going to go through all of them by just showing and saying the name, and then intuition came through and had a lot to say. So that's it for today. Sending you love, beautiful being. Enjoy yourself. And I'll see you when I see you.